Hello and welcome to my entry to the Great Guitar Build-Off 2021. This is the final video in the series. Now, I say my entry, but this has been a team effort. My wife Carolyn is a really talented designer and artist, and she's helped me with this guitar. And well, I'm really pleased with the results. Now then, I've shot a lot of film. I've shot the whole process of this build, and I've put a link to the playlist of all the videos, because not only was it a question of making the guitar, I had to make all the tools and the jigs and the fixtures as well. So if you want to see how I did all of that, please have a look at that playlist. In the meantime, the main purpose of this video is to show you this guitar and demo it, but I just want to go back over some of the highs and lows of the project. And it all started off when there was snow in the ground earlier this year. Hey, the Great Guitar Build-Off competition 2021 is starting soon. I'm looking for inspiration. This year I thought I'd go for a full-size guitar, but I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use a design that I've used in the past. In actual fact, this was the second guitar that I ever built. And it was designed by Carolyn, my wife. Now then, I'm sort of inspired by the sort of Gibson 335, and I've always wanted to make a guitar out of thin pieces of wood. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do this time, which means I'm going to have to do some wood bending, which I've never done before, and I also want to do some tricks with the pickups. You see, it seems to me that if you've got a guitar made out of some beautifully figured wood like this is, you don't really want to clutter it all up with the pickups. So what I want to do with this guitar is actually conceal the pickups inside the body. And I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge. You think I've forgotten something really important that I know people have been waiting for, and that is how Carolyn is putting together this beautiful artwork on the guitar. Initially we thought of a bird of prey and started looking at photographs to see what we liked, but to be honest with you, nothing really sort of stood out until we saw a few photos of a Kingfisher, and that really is the inspiration for this guitar. Here we go. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've spent most of the day sorting out these electronics, trying to get things into the guitar body, realising I'd made mistakes with the struts there, put them in the wrong place. Whew, I've got them in and they're working okay. I've got to put the strings on. I'll be honest with you, my hands are shaking. I think I'm so nervous. Is this going to work or isn't it? I've plugged it into my amplifier here. So that's the neck pickup. That's both pickups, and I've got them both configured in the sort of standard setting. That's the bridge pickup, and that's the Cubasis pickup. Okay, let me introduce you to this guitar. So let's start on the back first. The neck is a laminate. It's got sycamore on the outside, thin layer of a lighter wood veneer, I'm not sure what that is, and then this dark Avancol in the middle. The sycamore opens out so that the headstock can be joined with a scarf joint, which is pretty invisible actually, and that gave me an opportunity to do a little bird on the back out of wood. The neck is attached to the body using a simple roofing bolt. The end of the neck is chamfered, and that fits into a slope, sort of a dovetail joint into the body, gives it some strength. The back and the top are recessed into the sides so that you get this nice edge, and I've also put a thin layer of veneer between the Avancol and the sycamore just to follow the theme through from the back of the neck. This tail section of the guitar is made up of Avancol again, with a very thin veneer between that and the sycamore, and then I've got this plate which is aluminium with an olive veneer. I didn't want to make a big feature of the jack socket, so that's just using sycamore on an aluminium plate. Carol has painted this beautiful Kingfisher using acrylics, and I've covered it with about 6 or 7 coats of a 2-part epoxy lacquer just to protect it. Now the other feature of this guitar is the movable pickups, and this really came about because I was hiding the pickups inside the body, and so I thought, well, might as well make them adjustable. And I know that the position of the pickups is quite important. You get a nice sort of rounded tone by the neck, and you get a much sharper tone by the bridge, and with a Strat you've got a pickup in the middle which again gives you a slightly different tone. So I thought, well, it'd be nice to adjust them. It's not particularly scientific, but this is the neck. The two together, and the bridge. Now what I'll do, I'll move the bridge pickup to the middle. So now we've got the neck. And what was the bridge? Which is now in the middle, and two together. So I need to do more experimentation with the position of these pickups, because I think there might be some positions where some of the frequencies cancel each other out and give you different tones, which would be quite interesting. Anyway, that's for another video in the future, and that will be after the competition is all finished. At the outset of this challenge, we wanted to create a guitar which looked elegant but had all the tones that you would expect from a normal electric guitar. Now, I'm really pleased with the way it's turned out. There's been some ups and downs on the way. Not everything goes to plan, but as I always say, there's no such thing as failure, only experience, and every mistake gives you an opportunity to gain a bit more experience, and I've certainly gained a lot of experience in this project. Before I play the demo, I just want to thank my wife Carolyn for all the wonderful work she's done on this guitar, and I know she's put up with me spending hours in the workshop editing videos and recording music. I also want to thank Ben Crow and the team for putting together this marvellous competition. It's a fantastic opportunity to really challenge yourself, and I think it's wonderful. And finally, I'd like to thank all the people who've watched and the people who've commented. Thank you so much for all the comments. They've been absolutely fantastic. I hope I've inspired you to go and build your own guitar. Go on, just go and do it. Anyway, enjoy the demo.